can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Is It. We are back here with another reaction to She-Hulk episode 6, Just Jen. And even though it's just Jen, it's just us, as we are back here with the crew as always. It's my man Hollywood Day and Phenom 202. I said Hollywood Day. Hollywood DA and my man Phenom 202. But we'll go around the horn. We'll start with Phenom. What's going on, brother?
Phenom 202, DDA representative. Yo, man, this episode was okay.
It was
some funny stuff. It was some funny stuff, but it was okay, yo. It was okay.
Yeah, okay. I kind of had a feeling. What's going on, Ollie?
Not much, man. Not much. Yo, excited to be here. I mean, actually, well, you already know my feelings on this series. I've been enjoying the series. I like this episode. I was like,
yeah,
it is what it is. Yo, this shit's like fake comedy. Well, not fake comedy, but you know, it's got enough. It has enough funny shit in there to keep me watching. I'll just say that.
I feel you. I mean, at least for me, I was pretty satisfied with the episode, and I rather enjoyed it. I mean, but I guess that's me. You know, I like these episodic episodes. I mean, it is a sitcom to me, so I'm not expecting Citizen Kane here or Titanic. It gives me what I'm looking for, and I think it set the tone in this episode. And we'll kind of just start off. We're going to keep it, as my man Ollie would say, kind of macro point of view, and talk about like 3 to 4 things that really popped off in this episode that we'll just discuss from beginning to end. Now, I want to let you know this is a spoiler review, so if anybody hasn't seen it, pause this right now and then come back and listen to our topics on this. But before we get started, as always, don't forget to like that video, subscribe to the channel, as it helps the channel grow. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. And without further ado, here we are going to go right now. So let's get to one of the main things in this episode. So Jen is a bridesmaid now, and supposedly she's a bridesmaid by a friend that she knew from high school that she's like okay with, somewhat, so to speak, but she just really couldn't say no when the person asked her, would you be a bridesmaid in my wedding? So basically Jen has a trip to go to the wedding, and she's excited. I mean, honestly, when you're single, who isn't excited to go to a wedding? I mean, that's like single heaven right there. You know what I mean? I mean, there's nothing better than do that. But anyway, yeah. So that's basically the whole situation. I just wanted to get everybody's thoughts. We're going to go around horn and talk about this situation with Jen being a bridesmaid, her interaction with the other bridesmaids, her interaction with the bride, and just her whole situation as far as being a bridesmaid as Jen and not She-Hulk. Anyway, we'll go to Phenom 202. What's your whole thoughts about this?
So one thing, man, Jen is a sucker, yo. If I was a Hulk, man, won't nobody talk to me no type of way, and I don't care what you say. I mean, they was making her walk down the aisle with a dog. They was making her clean up dishes. They were making her iron shirts. Ain't no way, shape, or form, yo. She too nice. Yo. I did enjoy the interaction. I mean, it was funny when she came as She-Hulk, and you know, you can't outshine the bride on her day, yo. You can't be She-Hulk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool, though. I thought it was funny. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was just silly. It was comedic.
Yeah,
you know
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Yo, you bring up a good point though. Like she had the worst. She got the bad end of the stick from the moment she showed up. I mean, she was that person that came out the limo all happy. She was dressed. She was like, yo, hey, everybody. And then immediately the girl tells her, like, yo, you can't be She-Hulk. I mean, I was like, yo, that's kind of effed up. And all of her clothes from that point on did not fit right. They were all loose and baggy and hanging off and whatnot. And,
I noticed that too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was funny. I mean, I thought the bride, she was a bridezilla because she was like, yo, can you help me? All the people helped because I was treating them bad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I thought that was funny, yo.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on all this, Ollie, with Jen being a bridesmaid?
I know it was all comical. I mean, the whole series is just built off of Jen being a pushover, though. You know, that's just like her personality. That's how they had like the little funny shit. So as they had her doing stuff. Honestly, I wasn't mad at the bride for being like, "Yo, you can't be She-Hulk," because God, like, why would you want a damn spectacle at your wedding, yo. Like, nah, bro. Like, so,
I
you
was-
cut your ass down and you be who you supposed to be right over there. No, you ain't gonna be turning into She-Hulk in the middle. Look, I'm not even the woman, but you ain't gonna turn into She-Hulk right in the middle of my wedding, or be at the wedding. Not even in the middle. You come in, everybody's gonna be looking at your ass. Like, ain't nobody gonna be looking at me. Like, no, bro. Like, So I wasn't mad at that part at all, yo. I mean, the way they treated us
you can't even be
horrible, though.
Hulk, yo. Like if you was getting when you got married, Ollie, and I came as the Hulk, wifey wouldn't be happy at all either. You're like, yo, talk to your man.
Oh no, that's where it's gonna really come from. It's gonna really be like, yo, nah,
But yo, quick thing though, did you realize? And I might have saw something different, but wasn't she marrying a dog?
No, that was who she had her walking down the aisle with. She was like, you didn't have somebody to
I
walk.
think Jonathan was the dog. They was like, oh, Jonathan, you're gonna love Jonathan.
Yeah, and that was the dog.
Right. Okay. God, she really got the bad end of the stick, yo. So that explains why she was like, yo, screw it. I'm going to drink myself to have fun at this particular wedding, yo. And clearly she did. I mean, she was putting them down pretty good. And she winds up meeting a guy at this wedding, though. You know what? I don't know who this guy is. I don't even know if he was really trying to get to know. I don't know who he is. He was just some random guy.
I mean, he's definitely not a random guy. I mean, it's fucking TV, and you already know he's gonna be the motherfucker that's gonna stick it with the needle. Like we are, like
that's what I was getting.
I mean, he just gonna walk up and be like, "Yeah, I'm just nervous," and he was the most awkward, smooth motherfucker you ever heard. He played that. Oh, I'm so awkward, but I have a funny retort for every line you say. Like everything you say, I'm the motherfucking quickest thinker on my feet ever.
Yo, this dude had game, but was trying to be awkward though. I mean, you're right though, and the whole time he kept talking, I kept like, yo, he seemed like a nice guy, but you could tell that there was some motive there because he was singling her out every time that she was away. Like every single time that she was alone, he kept singling her out though. But that's kind of crazy, man. I mean, overall, I'm trying to think anything else happened with Jen being a bridesmaid at the wedding. Iron duty, cleaning up, batting the stick. She got the dog.
I mean, of course,
the fight. Yeah.
I mean, Titan.
Oh yeah,
whatever. I can't say her name either. Titania.
Yeah, she winds up getting drunk, and because we know when she's not She-Hulk, she can't, hold her liquor, and she has hangovers and stuff. So she wound up getting drunk, and even her interaction with Titania was. I was really shocked to notice that she was actually there with She-Hulk as well. But I mean,
it was funny how, like, I was trying to see how she was going to get to the wedding. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's TV. So the plot is only, like you see, like Ollie keeps reminding me, it's a short series. It's 30 minutes. They got to cram stuff in here.
Yeah.
I understand that. But her showing up at the wedding, she had to show up. And she just picked a random stray who happened to be friends with the groom. I thought the fight scene was very funny. I thought Titania, she was like, yo, man, I don't want to fight Jen. I want She-Hulk, yo. That's what I want. I can't beat Jen. Yeah. And, with them fighting and then, She-Hulk getting the best of her and Titania getting embarrassed.
Yeah.
I thought that was Harris. And let's kind of just go into that a little bit. So she's really messed up. She's really messed up. She's really drunk.
$12 rum and Coke, yo.
Yeah, that stuff adds up after a while.
I'm glad
she's really messed up. Yeah, she's really messed up and pukes her guts out. And you see Titania come over and kind of like, oh, poor baby. That punch that happened came out the blue. I did not expect her to do that, punch her in the face like that. I thought that was good because that set up the whole situation. Because then she's like, "Yeah, man, turn to She-Hulk," and she's trying to fight her and she's swinging and missing. And she's like, "This is whack, yo, turn to She-Hulk." But that whole fight scene was dope, though. I really enjoyed that. What about you? You already talked about it, Phenom. What about you? O?
I mean, the fight scene was good, and it's just like life now, yo. Once everybody gets to fight, you know what happens. And I don't break it up. Just the phones come out. Like I sort of turned to everybody. Hold on, I got it upside down. But everybody's just like, ooh, like, you know what I mean? It was just it was just like real life. So she got put on blast. Especially to a shorty with the 12 followers. Like she was like,
So,
fuck,
oh my God.
she was like, fuck you and your 12 followers.
Yeah. And
I
not
mean-
to mention, go ahead.
I mean, it's a sitcom life, but I was just like, I still, I mean, it's just odd that she came all the way out this way. She doing all this shit just to fight She-Hulk. Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah, it's a sitcom. I mean, she does make a point to point out that she's it looks like she's bothered by She-Hulk, the fact that she has these powers and she doesn't want them.
But also, She-Hulk messed up her money.
yeah, I mean,
True.
she did mess up her money.
Didn't mess up that money, yo. She really did. But now she got to use whatever money she made to get her teeth fixed.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's one thing I do like about She-Hulk. Like I think Ollie said before, like incorporating social media, those type of things. But she said, yo, she messed up my veneers.
Yeah.
And we know that's like the biggest thing out. If you got money, people will get their teeth fixed. They get their jaws shaved, they vampire teeth shaved down. The veneers on that joint.
Yeah, some of them people, I ain't to lie, yo. I just gotta say, yo, your black people go get them veneers, yo. They be getting them shits fucked up, yo. Those shits be like all big as fuck, shit.
Yeah.
Like I hate
Like
to say
chiclets in your
it,
mouth.
my boy Noriega, yo, like Noriega, yo. It's crazy because his top row is pearly white, big ass chiplets, and his bottom row look like it's his real teeth. I'm like, yo, your shits don't even match. And then if you get on the match, you end up looking like Jalen Rose, yo. Shout out to Fab Five, but his shit, yo, this nigga can hardly close his mouth now, yo. You look at, I'm like, yo, what the fuck, like, bro, like, just let it go, man. You got the money, yo. Just get your shit clean. You got your money. Just get your shit clean, as long as your shit ain't fucked up. Like fucked up.
That's true.
It don't matter, yo.
But see, the problem is they be going to these dentists that be doing it for like half the price, and they be putting too much or whatever it is. Because I mean, crazy, yo. When they get their teeth done, it does look like they can bite the back of a Buick off. I mean, them jokers be thick in their mouth, like somebody just slammed 5 chiclet gum pieces in their mouth, yo. Them jokers be crazy.
Nah, that joke be looking crazy, yo. Like there's some awesome celebrities that got their teeth fixed and they look right, like Cardi B. Her shits look right. Fab, you know, he had a chipped tooth. He's
he got his
Nas.
fixed. Yeah.
Like they look like regular teeth.
Yeah, but they ain't go full veneer though. They just got their joint fit. That's what I'm saying, yo. Just get your joint, whatever you need done. Get you some Invisaligns and all that. But once you go putting in all the fake shit, it's just like fake asses, yo. It's a good idea at first, and then after a while, you be like, yo, this ain't exactly how I planned it. Them BBLs, how y'all out there looking rough, like, you know what I mean?
That's crazy, yo.
I love this fight. I thought it was great. I thought for once you could tell that because this fight was such a major part in this episode, there was a couple of scenes there where you could tell they really pushed the special effects so it looked good. You know, so I was very happy to see that. But other than that, my man couldn't help but put the electric slide on right before the fight happened, yo. You're like,
yeah, I was like, it was comedy up in there. Yeah, DJ and it was Incredible with Hawk, whatever his name is. What's his name? His name
Hawk or something like that.
Hawk. Yeah, Incredible. Yo, he milking this shit to the end. Last week he was selling the product. I got the product. I just need you to sign it. Pushing it out the back of the van. Now he done turned it to a DJ. Like the boys making.
Oh, that was him.
Do. Yeah, that's the cousin. Yeah, that's the cousin.
Yeah.
Ever since you know what I'm saying.
That's hilarious, yo.
I mean, he made
at
manager
the
Best
beginning
Buy
of the
some
episode.
Shit. Yeah.
I must have missed it. I guess he's gonna be what the Madison, the male Madison, yo. Like,
yeah. I mean, he around
Madison is so good.
Yeah. We'll see.
I mean, Madison is so good. I think Madison is so good. I don't think he doesn't have that. I mean, not to say he's not funny though, but Madison was just freaking hilarious.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's so funny though. Like even the showrunner acknowledges like Madison. She needs to be in the cinematic universe going forward. Mm-hmm. Like she stole the show, and I think the cousin. I mean, he drops some funny lines. I mean, every time he's on screen, it's comedic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's like, you can come in and add some laughter to a scene.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Let me see what else about this wedding. The fight, She-Hulk, fights Tatiana. I think really pretty much is it. I mean, of course she wins.
She wins, and then your shorty drunk at the end. I will say She-Hulk's definitely all about promoting what's it called? Chocolate wasted, whatever wasted, this white girl wasted lifestyle. Because all these white girls on this show get fucked up. So Jen was fucked up. She gave her like the hug. Oh, She-Hulk, because she thought she was gonna be mad. Also, she was like She-Hulk. But,
so glad you're here, but she ain't wanted there at first though.
Yeah,
that was a trip.
Yeah, it was fun. But,
so let's get into another part of this episode. You know, we talked about her being a bridesmaid, and then of course, you know, her being She-Hulk getting into Tatiana. Let's talk about this case with Nikki and Amelia working this case with the Immortal. So, I mean, what are you guys' thoughts about this? Because the Immortal basically kills himself whenever he wants to get out of a relationship. And over his time that he's been here on Earth, he's married and been with 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people. So this is an interesting case because they're really starting to set up a lot of this stuff in this universe, man. So what's everybody's thoughts on that?
He definitely doesn't have a handle on conflict resolution. I'll tell you that. But you know what's so funny though? Anybody watch Veep? Anybody?
Veep?
Veep?
Yeah, he's on Veep.
Oh no,
yeah. He kind of plays that kind of character on Veep, like a manipulative, shady kind of character, but everybody likes him. But yeah, like the conflict resolution, like him just saying, "Yo, I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy." But when they, confronted him with like how much of a dirtbag he is with the lawyers, he just jumps out the window.
Yeah,
we get a taste of what he does in real life, yo.
He was like, "I'm out."
That show was crazy, yo, because I was like, "Oh, snap! He actually jumped out the window." And just like anything else,
I ain't gonna lie, yo. I mean, I've been around a couple of women talking and arguing or whatever, or somebody just yakking. I was like, yo, you know what? You gotta just take some risk aversion, whatever the ratio. You be like, man, if I jump out this window right now, can I still walk? Like, you know what I mean? You like,
it's so bad. It's so bad. I think about it. I'm like, yeah, Ollie. I got somebody in my mind that Ollie probably would have jumped out the window a couple times back in the
day. Is it worth it?
That's true, man.
Is it worth it? Me being in this wheelchair, I might be like,
I can understand sometimes because us men, women can sometimes get in that moment where they really coming at you hard, or you just hear women bickering and complaining. You be just like, damn, I just feel like killing myself right now. Figuratively, this guy really takes it there literally.
But yo, it was one thing he said, yo, she came out with some pajamas he ain't like, yo, and he jumped out the way and he killed himself.
Yeah, that's wild. That was just the excuse, yo. That was probably the shorty that put the 75 G's up on the credit card. He's like, yo, you know what? I need like your pajamas. I'm out. But your boy, like I said, this is like the ultimate ghosting. Yo, he took ghosting to a whole new level. Like, oh my gosh, it's like, yo, I'm gonna really turn into a ghost. Like, I'm out. Like, dead, ding dong. Like, we ain't never talking again.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And even knowing that Nikki and Amelia have eventually got to come up. Well, actually, I think Nikki is the one that does it. Is comes up with a plan that they all wind up getting so that they can hash this all out. And everybody got different things that they want from him. Like one woman just wanted him to stare in her eyes for 10
contact.
Minutes. Yeah. Like what?
15 seconds to say
15 seconds
and apologize.
Yeah, and apologize. Yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes that's all somebody needs, man. Just some eye contact and an apology.
No, she's
it was funny though.
No, she's stupid. He said he had some apple stock from 81. I'm like, no, give me all that. Give me all them shit. It's like, fuck this, just staring in the eyes.
I know. He said he had Apple shares. I mean, come on, yo. This dude is loaded. And he don't really care because he's immortal, so he's gonna live past it.
He can't die. Yeah. It was funny though how the court case proceeded when they were like, "Yo, we're gonna split into eighths." Mm-hmm. And then, just like with anything, the women like, "Nah, this ain't working." I was with him for 18 years. Yeah. I had a baby by him. She's like, "Just because you had a baby, because you made a mistake, we gotta pay for your mistake." Nah. And then I like how Nikki. The thing about it is the chemistry between Nikki and the other lawyer. I think that's going to play a part in the episodes going forward too, because they develop a chemistry. I think she might get promoted. I think she might be on screen a little bit more.
Because she definitely is. They definitely got a chemistry, and even like you said, like getting promoted. Like it was crazy. Like when they were meeting with Mr. Immortal, she sat like on the window like she normally does, and Shorty was like, "No, like get your ass in the chair. Like what you the fuck you doing? Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like get in the chair. Like you here." So
yeah,
I could definitely see them. Like she might be swapping desks, yo.
Yeah,
you know how they do. We might just swap.
May feel some kind of way about
Might be
that.
a super paralegal, man.
Yeah, she definitely don't feel a way about it. She don't swap desks. She's like, Jen, it's not you, it's me. Like she'll need a Mr. Immortal to go there for some advice to get out there to get off her desk.
Man, did y'all notice the crop of suitors and people he wedded, yo?
Yeah,
he was married to a sister for 18 years, had a baby by an Italian lady.
He had a male up there. He had a guy. He had everybody up there. I mean, this guy just did not discriminate at all.
I mean, if you're immortal, I guess you take a bite of all the piece of cakes you can. I guess, yo. I don't know.
I mean, he was taking a slice of every pie for real.
But I do feel
like,
though,
some apple pie, some cobbler, some pecan. I mean, taking it all.
Oh yeah, and
or pecan. I don't know just how you say it.
Pecan, pecan. No, depends where I'm from. It's pecan
pie, yo.
It's pecan.
Yeah. The pecan. No.
But no, I was on side. I do feel him on this. Just, I mean, if you were immortal for real. Like how he was like, at sometimes it just gets boring or dry. Like if you were alive, I mean, like you don't die. You marry somebody forever and ever and ever. You just sitting there waiting on them to die, really, because you're like, I'm ready to move on. Like today, so like I got a lot more years to go. Like you know what I mean? You just you like.
That's true, man.
But you know what? Every show I've watched, that the immortal person always want to give up their immortality.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
After a while,
every show.
Yeah, you watch your kids die and the people you do love for real die, and honestly, you probably just get bored, yo. Like it's only so much shit you can do. Like honestly, man, I'd be just doing all types of random crazy shit just to get killed. I guess because I know I'm not gonna die anyway, yo. I'm just like, yo,
6 million ways to die.
Yeah, let me go jump off this mountain. Let me go do this. Let me what's.
I mean, honestly, when you think about it, your life becomes a rerun after a while. Like everything starts to repeat itself. I mean, so like Groundhog Day, you'd be like, damn, yo, this is kind of boring. So, but it was a great case. But the reason why I like this case so much is because they're opening up the doors for us to they're opening up the doors for more of these superheroes in the regular world, to me, which is phenomenal, because this is going to open up the doors for everything else coming down the line, like the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and all these superheroes that live in the regular world that we may not know about. So they've been slowly bringing superheroes in that look like regular people, but they actually have superpowers. And I think that's going to be a nice way of opening up X-Men. And then the reason why I say that is because there's a particular scene, I want to say in episode 2 or episode 3, where Jen is, or somebody's actually on a computer screen and they're reading about a guy that got in a fight at a bar. And I don't know about you, but most of the time, most of the time when you think of a guy to get in a fight at a bar, there you go.
Yeah, that was a couple episodes ago. Because they even mentioned, they said something about his claws in the article. Yeah.
There you go. So, I mean, clearly they're setting some stuff up. But that's really the gist of this episode. Let's go around the horn. I want to get everybody's thoughts on how do you think Jen is currently holding it down as She-Hulk by now in this episode? What do you think of Jamil and Jamil with Titania? And what are your thoughts about Amelia and Nikki as far as holding it down? And are you ready to see more Pug with them Iron Man 3s? So we'll start with
definitely want to see the Iron Man 3s, yo.
I know, man. He gotta be wearing them in the next episode.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't make him crazy looking.
I don't. One thing about the show, I don't like the formula of just having like, I don't want to say throwaway episodes, but the episodes really don't seem like they go together all the time. But then now we get to the villain, actually. Somebody's trying to get her blood. You know what I'm saying? This is episode 6, right?
That's correct. And that was, you know what?
I mean, she addressed that. It's a sitcom, man. It's not.
I understand that.
It's not your normal Marvel show, and she addressed that because what she said
in every episode, she comes and talks about
right.
it.
She said, "Yo, this is I'm going to a wedding. Yes, this is a standalone wedding episode.
Yeah.
It always comes at the wrong time. Like you weren't expecting it. And guess what? Every sitcom in the world just has throwaway episodes. Like they may have like an overreaching like big story arc, but throughout the season, they just don't have some random episodes. All of a sudden, let's go to the movies. It's all about the dumb shit that happened to them going to the movies. Like, you know what I mean?
Those episodes.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a sitcom, man.
I know it's a sitcom, but the thing about it is when you say sitcom, and we both acknowledge sometimes it ain't funny. It's supposed to be funny.
But it has gotten funnier at the last.
It has gotten funnier. I will say that they are hitting their stride with it. But like for a standalone episode, now it's not a standalone episode because you have her meeting that new guy at the wedding. Something shady with him. Ali already said it was predictable that he's going to be working with the people that's got the thing. I don't know if you watch battle rap. You're a candy rapper with 4 bars. You're a Kit Kat, yo. Everybody knows what it is, yo. We say that. So it's so predictable when, they have somebody random showing up being nice to her and feeling her, and she's like falling for the trap. Right. And she's about to get trapped some way, shape, or form. She's gonna have a nemesis, but we don't know who's behind it yet. I thought it was Titania at first, but now we don't know who.
Yeah, they really made it out to be that Titania was going to be the big, like I'm going to say, the big bad in this.
Don't say how you normally say it. The big baddie. The big baddie. I'm like, Corey, pause on that. No, don't pause on that. Shout out to everybody out there. But yeah,
nobody says baddie. No, nobody says baddie.
So everybody thought Titania was going to be the big bad in this, but she kind of really isn't. There's an overarching villain in this, and I think this guy definitely has something to do with it because at the end scene, I actually had to pause it when I watched it the second time. There's a couple of things you see on the screen. You see her blood and her DNA analysis, and you actually see the picture of him with Jen sitting at the table eating fries. Yeah. I'm like, okay. If you got a picture of them and the camera's actually recording them at the table, then clearly he's in on it. And you actually see a picture of the new syringe with a much bigger needle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think they got the blood yet. They had like her heart rate and all that.
Yeah. I think they got her DNA, but that's just it. I don't think they have anything else. I don't think they got any blood or anything like that to analyze, but clearly they trying to set something up because it comes up with the writing is the next phase of the plan ready to go has Hulk King. So either he's the Hulk King or he's working with the Hulk King, but I think we'll find out real soon. I thought we were going to see Daredevil in this episode, but they switched.
Yeah, that was gonna be the thing. But that was all. That's why she said that shit in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, you thought you were gonna get Daredevil. Like, nope. Yeah, but I wonder, do you think they should have even shown Daredevil in the teaser trailers before the season?
I don't. I think that type of surprise should just come on, surprise people, yo.
Because especially after last week, and then we was kind of thinking we don't see them this week. I mean, they got everybody. It's like, no, we ain't gonna show you. Nope. But at the same time, I think now by the time he gets on screen, I'm just like, damn, about time. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be excited, but it's almost gonna be like, about time. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. You actually make a good point. It's almost as if they probably really shouldn't have even showed Daredevil in the promos, So it's probably best that they. I mean, I'm not mad that they showed it, but it probably would have been. It would have been better if they held it because us seeing that helmet, if we saw for the very first time, that would have been like that's the hype.
Yeah.
But the only thing I think the reason why they did it was probably more of a marketing ploy to get people to tune in to She-Hulk. They're trying to use different ways to get people to tune in to She-Hulk because there's not that many people excited about it as much. So what other way to get people more excited about tuning into She-Hulk than to bring somebody that everybody is excited about?
Yeah, you're right. True that.
Yeah, I think but I hold true to my statement. I think we won't see him until the very end of the series.
Yeah, it might. You might be right now. The way it's looking, you might be right.
I wouldn't be mad at that. So let me ask y'all a question, so we can wrap it up. All right, Ollie is a peripheral Marvel person. Corey, you immersed in it, and I dip between both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think She-Hulk is really hitting with the Marvel crowd?
If I was to say, generally speaking, overall, I would say it's about 60%. I would say about 60%.
Do you think it's the lack of elements like having a villain or more action? You think the Marvel crowd leans towards those type versus a sitcom, comedic Marvel kind of thing? Because as we know, Loki kind of dibbled and dabbled in both of them. Mm-hmm. It was funny, but it was also action. The action that we seen in this is like a hokey fight type shit. Really nothing like Marvel. And I understand what Marvel's trying to do. And Ollie keeps saying it's a sitcom. Yes. But do you think it's landing with the Marvel crowd?
I overall, it doesn't land with everybody because there has been such a different spectrum of what Marvel has been putting out for so long, with serious TV shows, serious movies, Endgame, Thanos. I mean, all that stuff was serious. The only thing that was real campy in all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe up to that was really Guardians of the Galaxy. Until then, it was very serious. And then Guardians of the Galaxy came out and showed the color campy because it was James Gunn. And then that's it, really, as far as real campy stuff. But James Gunn hit us upside the head with that, so we expect that with Guardians of the Galaxy. A lot of people did not expect that with She-Hulk, even though I understood what was going to happen with She-Hulk because I read the comics. So I already came in knowing it was going to be campy. It was going to be funny. It wasn't going to be a serious tone. But I think a lot of the general public doesn't expect that with She-Hulk because they're looking at the Incredible Hulk and expect her to be a She-Hulk version of the Incredible Hulk. And that's not who she is. Yeah. So that's why I think it's not landing with everybody. But the people that are really immersed into the She-Hulk, I think generally do enjoy it, but you do have some people that it's just not their cup of tea, and that's just what it is.
Gotcha.
I think it's just a matter if you just came into it with an open mind. Like if you've been on, I mean, it's like Corey said, you have a certain expectation for Marvel movies, especially the shows, like the movies. And you definitely right. Guardians of the Galaxy kind of popped to the top on that shit, and then you end up having because Thor changed up his whole
Ragnarok,
shit. Yeah. If you watch the first Thor movie and then watch now Thor movie, it's like two different tones.
Thor was very serious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's opposite ends. Because the first, I ain't gonna lie, I thought the first Thor movie sucked anyway. But it's honestly, I ain't really. I liked it. The second one was decent, but the first one. Yeah. But either way, it's two totally different tones, you know what I mean? So with all the TV shows so far, honestly, if you think about all the TV shows, especially all the Netflix shows between Jen Jones, drunk lady,
Jessica Jones,
it was sick.
Yeah. Jessica Jones.
I think about Jenny Jones, the talk show host.
Talk show, yeah.
Shout out to her. At least to your show, it's RIP. You still alive though. You know what I'm saying? But the white Oprah. But either way, I'm just saying, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, these was some serious shows. I mean, you might sprinkle in just a tad bit of comedy, but just the tone, the way it looked, the Punisher, all these and Netflix basically was running the Marvel TV shows at first, so all these shows, it was just Hell's Kitchen, dark, serious. So to see something like this is definitely a change. You know,
they did have the comedic styles of Iron Fist too.
I mean, it wasn't supposed to be, but it was. It wasn't.
You weren't feeling Danny Rand, yo?
I mean, Danny straight.
That was the worst. We don't even talk about that.
I know he should.
Iron who? I'd rather watch Kung Fu Panda than watch Iron Fist.
Kung Fu Panda is actually really good at comedy and action.
Yeah, I like all them joints. Yeah. But if anything, you see Danny Rand, they need to put him in Cobra Kai, yo. That's his next move. For real, what can we do, yo? Just throw him in Cobra Kai, or just let him. Just like he could be the bad guy and that shit was something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just gotta do something with him.
Yeah.
He was like,
But you make a point, Ali, and then we'll let you wrap it up, Phenom, with your thoughts on that. But even all the Disney Plus series that the Marvel shows, we'll start off with Loki, a much serious tone. It had some comedy in it, but 80% of it is serious.
No, it started off with that trash. I like how you skipped over the trash. Go ahead, though.
Oh, WandaVision? WandaVision? Come on, yo. WandaVision was, even though WandaVision was serious. It was serious, even though it was based in the realm of sitcoms. Everything in there was still very serious.
No, it was.
Was
no,
serious.
I just said how you didn't say it because I was like, you skipped over the trash. That's what they start off with. But go ahead.
Yeah. So everything has been really serious from them. I mean, so that I think that's what it is. And then you finally get here, and it's so different. It's so off the rails, and I think just people are they're just shocked by it. But go ahead, Phenom. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm err on your side. Like I think it's like 55-45 or 60-40 when it comes to the stuff I've been reading. And there's some people that love it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of writers, and there's some people like, I hate this show. Like if you go to Reddit, it's gonna be down the middle. It's gonna be like the United States, 50-50, yo. Know what I'm saying? It's just how it is because they have certain expectations. I came in it excited because I like Tatiana Maslany. I think, like I said before, if you go back and listen to other shows, I think she is one of the best actors that's walking around. I don't think she gets enough credit for Orphan Black. Yeah. And casting her, I don't think she's hitting that comedic style that I want. I think they could have casted somebody else for that comedic role. She's not killing it. She's good in it. Yeah. But Marvel needs to kill it with that type of stuff to get people more excited about it. So, I mean, I think also showing the Daredevil helmet, people are like, let's get her out the way. Let's get the Daredevil. I think that's what most people are doing now. So, but yeah, I'm not excited. I'm gonna keep an open mind, like Ali said. If it's funny, it's funny. If it's not, it's not. So far, it's starting to hit its stride. So we'll see how it goes. I'm invested for the next 4 episodes. So.
All right, well, that's it, man.
And just in general, I mean, I hate to go on too long, but just in general, most sitcoms kind of have to grow into it. Like, if you watch a lot of sitcoms, some of them are funny off the jump, but most of them, it takes like a season.
It takes a while before they hit the stride.
Before they all get the stride, because, everybody then knows their pocket, where I'm supposed to be, this, you know what I mean? So sometimes it takes a minute. And I think it's, like I said, the first half was a little shaky, the first couple episodes, but it's hit. I could tell, like, they get more, like, it got more comfortable, like, it's starting to hit his pockets. So I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. The reason why, and I think the first couple of episodes was kind of shaky, because they had to transition from one into the other. So you had to get Bruce in, you had to get this, and you had to tell her story. So when you're trying to hit these beats, it's hard to fit the comedy in because you got to hit these beats. So now that they've gotten all that the way, you can really feel the story being who it is. And I think that's why it's much longer than all the typical others, because we needed time to flush this out so we could really embrace who Jen Walters is. And if you really notice in these episodes, you'll start to see Jen Walters become more and more embracing who She-Hulk is, because when she's Jen Walters and She-Hulk, she is the same person, but for some reason her confidence is 10 times better. So you'll start seeing that more and more through these episodes, which is exactly pretty much her rendition in the comics. But overall,
it's not for some reason. If I gave you 6 inches and superhuman strength, Corey, guess what your confidence will do?
No doubt.
And so anybody's looking like, okay.
Long flowing hair,
like
biceps, 0% fat, breasts, boobs, the whole 9. Yeah, you would be.
Well, I wouldn't give you all that, man. Unless you wanted it.
Well, not me. I'm talking about women.
I'm just, I was looking at 6 inches, but if you want it all, and pause on that 6 inches. No, don't do me like
out.
Don't do me like Anthony Edwards. I'll just be talking. I'll just be joking with the pause. But that's go ahead.
Well, anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. So far, I'm really enjoying the episode, and if you really think about us, just the family that really does this episode, me, Ali, Cola, and Phenom, we're down the middle. So pretty much, we're kind of like the general public.
Yeah,
So
right.
it just kind of is what it is. And so far, I'm loving this episode. I'm loving this series. So so far the series is an 8 for me, and it continues to get better. So my score will probably get higher as the season goes on, based off what this is. What are you rating this series so far, Phenom? And then I'll go to you, Ali.
I'm gonna give it like a 6.5. One thing I would say that I'm waiting on
Damn.
is because I mean, like, she used all her superpowers in the first episode, throwing shit, fighting shit. We ain't really seen it. You know what I'm saying? She was really fighting the Hulk, whipping the Hulk's ass in the first episode. And she was struggling with the Titania for a second. You know what I'm saying? When she switched
drunk in the beginning.
But still,
she was drunk. And she handled it pretty quick.
And I thought she took care of it pretty quick though.
But aren't y'all ready to see She-Hulk get busy? Like, ain't it about time?
I mean, I am, but it's called She-Hulk Attorney at Law. So
honestly, I don't even.
I don't have to see her.
I don't care to see that. Honestly, I don't care. Like, I think what I'd rather see Pug and Nikki doing, getting the vent along the shirts. I mean, that's what the direction it is. I'd rather see like funny court cases. Like I thought this case with Mr. Immortal was pretty. I mean, that shit was slick as hell. I mean, it was pretty gold. Genius. I love it. Like, it was gold. Like, I mean, every now and then have something with her just doing some She-Hulk shit because she's She-Hulk, just to remind us. But I don't really care about the She-Hulk shit, honestly, at this point.
That's kind of how I feel too.
I was there with you in the beginning, but then I was like, oh, that's what this show is. Now I don't expect. Like, I don't expect it. When what they say, when you make assumptions, makes an ass of you and me. Like, I was assuming it was gonna be one thing coming into it. Even though Corey's like, I remember Corey one time told me, he was like, nah, I ain't gonna be like that. But I was just expecting an Incredible Hulk show. I was expecting Lou Ferrigno transforming every episode, like, but that's not what it is. And so I had to roll back my assumptions. So I enjoy it. It's funny to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, then we're going to wrap it up, man. Phenom 6.5, Ali at round 8, just like me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Solid.
So there we go. We're going to wrap this up. That's our episode 6 of She-Hulk, which is basically called Jen.
Just Jen.
Yeah. So, and not Jen in the holograms, but just Jen, or Jem in the hologram. So anyway,
Jen.
Bad joke. That's terrible. But anyway, thank you guys so much. If you've been watching us this long, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, as it helps the channel grow. And other than that, thank you guys so much. And don't forget to hit that like button so you can catch us next week when we are here and back with episode 7. That is us on This Is It Media. I'm Corey Roy. That's my man Hollywood DA. That's Phenom 202. And we'll be back at you next week with episode 7. Peace.
Yep.
You can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that.
I don't know, man.
You can get with
I
this,
think I
or
might
you
win.
can get with that. I think you'll get with this, because this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, because this is where it's at.